Hello. My name at the present is unimportant, but what I have to say is, and I am hoping that somebody somewhere will see this video and possibly be able to help me out in something that I am trying to accomplish. And to relay what I'm trying to say, I guess I got to tell a story. I'm no good at making videos. This is the first one I'm done. So here goes. This all started a little over 10 years ago in 2008. I am a veteran and a retired school bus driver. And at that time, I was a school bus driver, very dedicated and all that. And my doctor who at the local VA retired, and I got a new one. And she changed my blood pressure medicine to a different medicine. And I didn't like to rock the boat at that time, which I do now. And I didn't question what she did or anything because I figured, oh, well, she's a doctor. She knows what she's doing. And so I took this medicine and everything like that. And then approximately 2 years later, I started going through episodes of what they call analgema. I guess that's the proper name for it, where my face would swell up, my hands would swell, my eyes would swell shut, my tongue would swell up. And, and at that time, I wouldn't tell it to the VA doctor for, I do not know why. But anyway, I passed it off as allergies, being bitten by an insect or something like that. And, I just, kept on going because the swelling went down and I was able to go do my bus driving duties and it went away. Well, then one day I woke up and my eyes were matted shut, and I stumbled my way into the bathroom, washed them off with cold water and everything like that, and I couldn't see out of my right eye except for a gray dot right in the middle. And I immediately called my VA eye doctor. I saw him a couple of days later. And after careful examination and x-rays and all this other stuff, he goes, oh, you've got macular degeneration in the right eye. And I kind of looked at him and I go, correct me if I'm wrong, which sometimes I am, but if I understand correctly, macular degeneration is something that happens over a course of time, years to develop and all that. And he goes, yes, that's correct. And I said, then how come I went to bed one night and I could see perfectly fine out of both eyes, and I woke up the next morning and I couldn't see out of the right eye? How is that possible? Do you have any explanation for it? And he goes, oh, and I was never satisfied with the answer and everything, but I went on to see another eye doctor on his recommendation and his blessing and all that, a referral, as they call it. And he said the same thing, that it takes years to develop and all that. He had no explanation as to why it came on overnight or so suddenly. And I started getting injections in the eye and everything. It didn't do anything. It didn't clear up anything. It stayed the same, except that it just, reduced the size of that dot that I saw, but I still couldn't see out of the right eye. But anyway, several years later, I bought the house that I'm living in now, and everything's going along fat, dumb, and happy, and I'm happy and all that. And I decided to retire. And oh, the kids on the bus, they were threw a fit because I was retiring and everything. But I still see them every once in a while. I've helped out a lot of them and all that. So a couple of years later, down the road, I think I'll go back to school and try and get into the social work program. And so I'm getting everything together, my military stuff, past school credits and everything like that. And I'm getting everything together slowly and finding out where to go and how to do this stuff. And then one morning in June of 2015, I wake up and I look around me and I go, when did I move my bed into the living room? And I'm looking around some more, and this isn't my living room. This isn't my house. Where the hell am I? And then the next thing I know is that this woman leans over the bed and looks at me and says, well, good afternoon, and how are we today? And I just looked at her and I said, where the hell am I, and who the hell are you? And she says, oh, you're in the ICU at Mountain View Regional Hospital. And I said, how did I get here? She said, well, from what I understand, you drove yourself here a week ago. And when you came into the emergency room, the woman behind the counter got all scared and everything because your eyes are swelled shut, your face is swelled up, your hands are all swelled up. And she goes, is there anything else wrong with you? And I opened my mouth and stuck out my tongue, and it was 4 times normal size, and I passed out. And they had to incubate me, put tubes down me to breathe and to feed me. And even while I was under, I was still trying to pull them things out. But anyway, so after a while, a couple of days later, I saw the doctor, and he goes, you came in here with a very severe case of anaphylactic shock. What caused this? And I got to thinking and everything like that. And at first, I go, well, maybe it's because I ate some peanuts and everything. And he goes, yeah, that's probably true. And then I got to thinking, and I don't think so. I eat peanut butter like it's going out of style. So how can that cause anaphylactic shock to me? I'm not allergic to peanuts. I still eat peanut butter. So weeks go by, and from the time that I woke up in the hospital, and 2 weeks prior to that is total blank. I don't remember anything, nothing. But anyway, coming back to that, I spent several weeks in the hospital because of that. I had to learn how to walk all over again. I had to, drink certain stuff to get my strength back. I immediately contacted the VA and I said, I don't want this doctor anymore. I want to switch to another one. And so after I got out a few weeks later, because I can't drive, I had to call the DAV van. And those people are something else. So I managed to get to my doctor's appointment. I saw the doctor, and I'm having to use a cane. And every once in a while I still have to because of that episode. And so she put me on a different blood pressure medicine. And I got to checking some stuff out and everything like that. And at this point in time, I have been off of the Lisinopril for over 2 months. And I'm still off of the Lisinopril. And I have not, to this date, had any episodes of amyloidogene, or whatever you want to call it, where your face swells up, your eyes swell up, your tongue swells up, your hand swells up, and all that. So I have come to the conclusion that My anaphylactic shock was caused by the Lisinopril and nothing else, because I have been offered that. And even when I was in the hospital, the doctor, after they finally got the medications from the VA, by the way, the VA was very reluctant to send it to him, but he was looking at him and all that, and he looks at me and he goes, "Why are you on the Lisinopril?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Have you had a heart murmur or a stroke or anything like that?" And I said, "No." "Then why are you taking Lisinopril? That's an ACE inhibitor. It's a medication to help prevent heart attacks, future heart attacks, future heart murmurs, and things like that." And I said, "I've never had any of those." And he goes, "Well, then stop taking it." And because of that, I have found out that my anaphylactic shock was caused by the Lisinopril. And so now what I'm wanting to do, and I'm still not 100%, I'd say about 80, and I have managed to get back into college. I blew my chance because of my stupidity, arrogance, and impatience of getting into the social work program. And I'm going to reapply, and I'm going to keep my big fat mouth shut and try and keep my size 12 shoe out of my size 16 mouth. But anyway, I am trying to do a class action lawsuit against the manufacturer of Lisinopril, and I keep hitting one brick wall after another. And I am hoping that with this video, possibly somebody, somewhere, somehow can go, "Hey, let's do this. You're entitled to something because that drug, because of you taking that medication and going through the ICU and all that, it robbed you of over a year and a half of your life." Because I couldn't go back to school. This happened to me in 2015. I was finally able to get back up on my feet, be able to drive in the defiance of my eye doctor, who doesn't want me to drive because I still can't see out of my right eye. And by the way, the vision in my right eye has somewhat improved, even though it appears to be that I'm looking through a glass block. I enrolled into college, started the spring semester of 2017, and I am taking some courses this summer. And, speaking of college, maybe the colleges and universities need to change their thinking, because a lot of the classes that I've taken so far and everything, it's, I've gone through this, I've lived through this, I've done this, I've done that. Why can't they accept for credit learned experience? Because, that's what a lot of this is I am revisiting things that I've already done, things I've already accomplished. And maybe the universities can hopefully take this and go, "Wow, maybe we need to change our thinking." But anyway, going back to the original, I am hoping that somebody somewhere will see this video and will be able to pass it on to the appropriate people to assist me in this class action lawsuit. And so I bid you farewell. And I will, when I post this video, I will put down all my contact information, and maybe somebody can assist me in this. Thank you very much. Bye.